In the heart of Jerusalem, a team of explorers, each bearing the weight of anticipation, stands poised to unlock a gateway to the past. This isn't just any tomb. They are about to uncover a site wrapped in legend, believed by many to be the resting place of Jesus Christ. Imagine the pulse of excitement as they ready to unveil a mystery held tightly for over 2 millennia. But as the chisel meets stone, questions arise. Could this ancient chamber hold evidence that harmonizes with faith? Or might it reveal something entirely unexpected, challenging centuries-old beliefs? As layers of dust and history peel away, an intense curiosity blends with reverence. The chamber itself appears untouched by time, a testament to a story passed down through generations. Christians worldwide hold that this tomb once cradled Jesus after his crucifixion, later to become the birthplace of resurrection. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. Tradition tells of Joseph of Arimathea, who, grieving yet determined, took Jesus' body, enveloped it in linen, and placed it here in a rock-hewn tomb. Guards sealed it with a large stone, a seemingly final act. But 3 days later, visitors found that the stone had been moved, the tomb empty. "He has risen," proclaimed an angel to those who sought Jesus, etching a profound mystery into the annals of faith. Traces of old burial customs emerge as they dig more and find artifacts inside, each detail speaking relics of the past. The site's hallowed status is confirmed by the inscriptions that line the chamber. And there, beneath centuries of stillness, lies a smooth stone slab where Jesus' body may once have rested. It is as though the tomb itself breathes, uniting past and present, as though time had paused, allowing future generations to encounter these sacred echoes. For many, this moment is more than an archaeological unveiling. It's a reaffirmation of belief. The location is a place that transcends generations and speaks to the fundamental human need to connect with the eternal, acting as a tangible link to a time when religion and history coexisted. With each artifact revealed, the story of Jesus echoes anew, bridging realms of belief and understanding. This tomb, though silent for centuries, continues to speak, inviting us to witness a timeless tale that both inspires and challenges the soul. The empty tomb represents more than an ancient site. For believers, it is a profound testament to the promises of faith and the assurance of eternal life. This belief in Jesus' resurrection is rooted in the conviction that something monumental occurred within those stone walls. For Christians, the unseen but strongly felt triumph over death is symbolized by the empty tomb. As Romans 8:24 reminds, "For in this hope we were saved, but hope that is seen is no hope at all." Faith thus reaches beyond physical evidence, finding certainty in what the eye cannot see. The resurrection, central to Christianity, aligns with the concept of salvation, an idea as crucial as the tomb itself. In the Christian view, salvation is not just an abstract notion, but the outcome of a profound sacrifice. When life's challenges feel insurmountable and answers seem just out of reach, there is comfort in knowing that hope isn't bound to what we can see. The empty tomb stands as a powerful reminder of this truth, a symbol of victory over life's greatest fears. In the midst of uncertainty, finding strength in faith can offer a profound sense of purpose and peace. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. The early practices of sacrifice for atonement, common in ancient Judaism, reflected humanity's need for connection with the divine. Jesus, however, is believed to embody the ultimate sacrifice, taking on the burdens of humanity in a way that grants freedom from sin through his death. The resurrection becomes the seal of this salvation, a definitive moment that shifts the perception of death, allowing it no final hold over those who believe. For Christians, the empty tomb is thus celebrated not only as an archaeological marker, but as a representation of a personal and transformative promise. Every Easter, Christians are reminded of this narrative of hope. The tomb signifies renewal and the choice to accept a life that draws strength from Jesus' triumph over death. Faith, as such, is far from passive. It calls believers to live lives filled with purpose, bolstered by the hope in an unseen future and anchored in the trust that death does not end the story. Yet, faith comes with challenges. In every believer's journey, there are moments of doubt and struggle. One story often cited is that of Peter, who, upon seeing Jesus walk on water, began to doubt as he faced the waves. Jesus' response was gentle but firm. "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" This story resonates with those who face difficulties, as it speaks to the very nature of faith, a conviction that perseveres even when circumstances waver. This blend of faith and salvation transforms the empty tomb from a symbol of finality to one of hope and victory. For believers, it is a reminder that through trust in Jesus, they are invited to a life imbued with meaning, strength, and a promise that reaches beyond earthly life. In the silent presence of the tomb, Christians find a message that sustains them through life's mysteries, reaffirming the power of faith even amid uncertainties. As it is encircled by the legendary landscape of Jerusalem, the historical and symbolic importance of Jesus' tomb as a place of faith grows. For believers, this tomb represents the fulfillment of prophecies that connect centuries-old predictions with a singular event, the resurrection. Passages like Psalm 22, "They pierce my hands and my feet," resonate with those who see Jesus as the embodiment of these words, linking theological teachings to tangible history. The tomb itself, as researchers examine each corner, provides a physical tie to these ancient beliefs. Artifacts surrounding the site offer glimpses into the daily practices and cultural surroundings of the era, revealing a city steeped in Roman influence and Jewish tradition. The nearby presence of Roman coins and symbols affirms a historical backdrop where such a crucifixion and burial could have indeed taken place. Here, history and faith stand side by side. Roman remnants mark the crucifixion narrative, while the tomb's emptiness speaks to an enduring mystery that remains central to Christian belief. As you reflect on the powerful message of the empty tomb, remember that an exclusive ebook is available for those seeking insights. Copies are limited, so check the pinned comment to claim yours. While archaeology and theology may seem like distinct disciplines, they often intersect here, reinforcing each other in unique ways. Archaeologists document the burial practices, tools, and the customs that shaped Jesus' time, confirming details of life and death in ancient Jerusalem. Their findings substantiate aspects of biblical accounts, like the rock-hewn tomb that fits the descriptions found in the Gospels. But where archaeology draws a line, faith continues, moving beyond what is visible. For believers, the empty tomb marks a divine act that no scientific examination can wholly capture. This gap between faith and evidence does not weaken the story. Instead, it underscores the Christian belief that the resurrection transcends earthly understanding. The empty tomb is seen as the culmination of a divine purpose that was set in motion long before, representing victory over sin and death. It's a moment that calls believers not only to remember a historical fact, but to embrace the promise of life beyond death. This discovery stirs reflection within those who seek to align their lives with this message. The absence within the tomb, rather than evoking despair, invites hope. It represents an ongoing journey, a commitment to a faith that both resonates with the ancient past and remains relevant today. The tomb, untouched and silent, challenges each generation to contemplate its significance, not merely as a relic, but as a spiritual mirror. It asks individuals to look beyond what can be proven and to consider their own beliefs about life, death, and resurrection. Even as experts continue their studies, the empty tomb stands as an enduring reminder. This place that once signaled an end has, paradoxically, become the beginning of a story that continues to inspire. As they peel back the layers of a mystery, Christians uncover a record of the past and a call to enlarge their faith. Jewish burial customs during the Second Temple period offer essential insights into the context surrounding Jesus' tomb. The ritualized practices of burial, shaped by reverence and tradition, reflect an era where death was treated not as an end, but as a sacred transition. Families and communities followed meticulous guidelines to honor the deceased, with practices influenced by Jewish law, social status, and prevailing cultural norms. These customs add depth to the understanding of Jesus' burial and underscore the significance placed on his tomb in both historical and spiritual contexts. The preparation of the body was a process imbued with care and ritual. Following death, the body was often washed and anointed with oils and spices, a practice rooted in both hygiene and respect. For individuals of prominence, this process could be elaborate, involving an array of spices, myrrh and aloes being among the most valued at the time. In Jesus' case, as mentioned in the Gospels, spices were used, which was an act performed by those who revered him, symbolizing both respect and the hope of preserving his memory. This ritual not only highlights the reverence held for him, but also aligns with the traditional practices of the period. Once prepared, the body was wrapped in linen shrouds. This method was typical of Jewish burials, distinguishing it from Roman customs, where cremation was more prevalent. Linen shrouds were preferred over extravagant clothing, emphasizing humility and simplicity, a practice that speaks to the cultural values of the time. Notably, the burial in a rock-hewn tomb, as done for Jesus, was typically reserved for the wealthy or those of considerable status. If this message of faith resonates with you, take a moment to explore the ebook prepared for readers like you. Only a few downloads left. Find the link in the pinned comment. The tomb provided protection and marked a place of honor, allowing the body to undergo a natural decomposition process, after which the bones would be collected and placed in an ossuary, or bone box, for secondary burial. This two-stage burial practice, well documented in archaeological finds, reinforces the significance of preserving one's legacy and the continuity of family lineage. The placement of a stone at the entrance, as described in the story of Jesus' tomb, also adhered to customary practices meant to protect the grave from wild animals and tomb robbers. These stones could be large and cumbersome, requiring significant effort to move, symbolizing both a closure to the deceased's earthly life and a protective barrier against disturbances. This act of sealing the tomb embodied the community's respect for the deceased, while also ensuring the sanctity of the burial site. For many believers, knowing these customs reinforces the importance of the resurrection narrative, where an intricately prepared tomb became the backdrop for a message of hope that would transcend the rituals of death. Roman influence permeated Jerusalem at the time of Jesus, shaping everything from currency to governance and religious practices. Under their occupation, the method of crucifixion was a strategic tool designed to assert dominance and discourage dissent. In Judea, this form of punishment carried a significant message, especially during major Jewish celebrations, when thousands of pilgrims filled Jerusalem's streets. The crucifixion of Jesus, authorized by the Roman governor Pontius Pilate, followed a protocol emblematic of Rome's control over the region. Artifacts uncovered near the site of the tomb reveal the extent of Roman presence in the city. Archaeologists have discovered Roman coins, pottery, and even inscriptions bearing symbols of imperial authority, each item serving as a reminder of Rome's grip on Jerusalem. These findings validate the Gospel accounts, which describe Roman guards stationed at the tomb to prevent tampering, a detail that underscores Rome's active involvement in enforcing the crucifixion and securing the site post-execution. This aligns with records of Rome's strict measures to maintain order and control, particularly in restive provinces like Judea. The decision to place a guard at the tomb was a calculated move. Pilate was aware of the social unrest surrounding Jesus and his followers, and ensuring that the tomb remained undisturbed was a way to suppress potential uprisings. This was not simply about guarding a grave. It was a political maneuver aimed at quelling a movement that threatened to undermine Roman rule. The involvement of Roman soldiers in the security of the tomb highlights the perceived threat Jesus' teachings posed to the status quo, where any sign of resistance could be met with swift, severe action. The Roman Empire's approach to governance in occupied territories often involved a balance of coercion and tolerance. While they permitted the Jews to maintain certain religious practices, Rome enforced its laws without hesitation. Do not pass up the chance to obtain our limited edition ebook if you are motivated to learn more. Get your copy from the pinned comment while it's still accessible, since it's almost gone. Crucifixion, reserved for the most severe offences, was a punishment that not only executed justice, but also instilled fear. For them, it was a public spectacle meant to reinforce their authority, ensuring that populations remained submissive. In Jesus' case, however, the aftermath was unforeseen. Despite efforts to contain his influence, the empty tomb and reports of his resurrection ignited a movement that would spread across the empire and beyond. Roman governance left indelible marks on Judean society, but the narrative of Jesus' death and resurrection proved resilient to these suppressive efforts. The imperial seals and Roman guards did not stop the spread of a message that would ultimately challenge and outlast the very empire that sought to control it. The relics left by Roman hands now lie side by side with a site that, for many, symbolizes a victory over oppression, shifting the tomb from a point of finality to a cornerstone of hope for millions worldwide. The empty tomb holds a profound resonance beyond its physical presence, echoing through generations as a symbol of resilience, hope, and the mystery of faith. For believers today, it represents a promise that extends beyond historical events, inviting contemplation on themes of renewal and spiritual rebirth. In times of hardship, the image of the empty tomb serves as a reminder that moments of loss or despair can be gateways to transformation, that what seems like an ending may, in fact, be the start of something greater. This symbolism draws many to reflect on the concept of overcoming adversity through faith. The hush and desolation of the grave convey a double meaning. The absence of life represents terrible loss, as well as immense potential. For centuries, Christians have found inspiration in the idea that resurrection is not only an event tied to the past, but a reality that speaks to personal renewal. It offers believers the courage to view their struggles as temporary, with faith providing a path toward restoration and purpose. The empty tomb also challenges individuals to confront the unknown with trust. While the resurrection remains a mystery that defies human comprehension, it calls believers to move beyond the need for tangible proof and embrace the intangible. The narrative of Mary Magdalene, who experienced dread and bewilderment at discovering the tomb empty before acknowledging the existence of hope, is extremely important to this idea. Her journey mirrors the modern believer's path, navigating doubts, confronting fears, and ultimately finding solace in faith. In a world where skepticism often reigns, the message of the tomb speaks to the resilience of belief. Even in the absence of physical evidence, the tomb has inspired countless lives, encouraging believers to live with hope and purpose. It represents the idea that faith is a force that transcends logic, a path that offers comfort even when clarity seems elusive. For those who struggle with doubt, the tomb's emptiness acts as an invitation, a reminder that faith is not always about understanding, but about trusting a greater plan. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. This timeless message has influenced not only personal faith, but also art, literature, and cultural expressions worldwide. The story of the empty tomb appears in countless works, a motif that continues to capture the imagination. It reminds humanity of the possibility of victory over fear, adversity, and even death itself. For those who draw strength from its symbolism, the empty tomb is a testament to a life transformed by faith, a beacon guiding them through life's complexities and uncertainties.